Welcome to Local Business Spotlight, everyone. I'm Troy Thompson. I'm over here with the man himself, Mr. Bruce Dodd from People's Home Equity. And today we're talking about the fourth quarter and what that means when it comes to either buying and selling your home. Welcome to the show, my friend.
It's always good to be here.
Okay, things slow down a little bit towards the end of the year, right?
Sometimes yes, sometimes no.
Well, where are we situated right now in the market of Chattanooga and the surrounding areas?
You know, things are still very, very busy.
Really?
So I think for a lot of folks, a lot of people do make the decision, I don't want to buy a new house and celebrate Thanksgiving over a moving box, or you know, I don't want to hang my Christmas stockings in the moving truck. So there are people who make that decision. So sometimes there's people that will check out of the market at this point. So I think it may be an opportunity for those that got stymied back in July, August, that sort of thing, when things were really, really nuts. Could be an opportunity to come in right now. I would think for those selling a house, anytime's a good time to sell a house right now.
If you get the right price.
Yeah, and people are still very, very, very active. So I think often the fourth quarter, people think about it slowing down. It's not always the case. Sometimes it's actually a little busier.
And I was just thinking to myself, would you be getting a better deal because people have the mindset that things are slowing down and maybe someone does need to sell? Okay?
Well, it's absolutely a possibility.
And then you have someone who's cashed up, ready to settle in 30 days.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right? But that seller may think, well, I have to reduce my price because not as many people around. What do you say to those people?
I would tell the seller, work with your realtor. Let your realtor guide you through it. Yeah, I would think for most people, I don't know that you need to drop a price right now. I would not think that's the case. My guess is, depending on the price point, you put it on the market, you're going to sell it very quickly.
How do you feel about all the interest rates right now? Because you get your rates from multiple sources, don't you, when you do your quotes?
Yeah, so, well, the thing is right now, rates are moving up a little bit. However, I mean, when things are at a historic low, they're not historic lows forever. And so things have ticked up just a little bit. However, put it in perspective. Right now, rates are lower than where they were before COVID started. Yeah. And they were considered low at that time. So rates are still smoking low.
What's the average rate that someone should be looking at to try and get into?
You know, I think it just really depends on which program, how much money you're putting down, what your credit score is. So typically, you can't lock a rate until you're under contract. Right. And so when I'm talking to somebody, we'll use a little higher rate when we're walking through payments and expectations, because rates are bouncing around a lot right now.
What's your advice to a new home buyer out there that may be looking right now and they get the first home buyer options and things like that? Is it still good to only put down 5%? What's your personal belief in that? Well,
on that, I think one has to look at what are your other wealth building opportunities. Okay. I think one should approach buying real estate as gathering wealth. And so if one looks right now, interest rates in the mid threes, if you look over the last 30 years, the S&P 500, if you just invest in that, is around 7%. So I would say right now is the time to keep your powder dry, hold on to as much cash as you can, and look to see what your other investment opportunities are.
With the inflation going as high as it is right now, does that affect our interest rates?
Sure. Now, I think when you look at somebody investing in mortgage-backed securities, their biggest risk is inflation. Right. And so as we see inflation continue to be a topic, it's gonna drive rates.
Bruce, you always give great information, and I always go off topic a little bit, don't I?
It's all right.
I appreciate it.
I like it better that way.
Good, so do I. We appreciate you. If you want to find out more information, there it all is up on the screen for you. People's Home Equity, they're going to help you with your mortgage lending.